defiant. I used to feel more like, hey man, this is what
right.
Fuck you. But I feel less that way. I'm not going to change what I do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to upset anybody. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. But I'm not as I'm not as like, we'll show them.
I was talking about something on stage recently, and somebody in the balcony yelled, got angry. And I said, what's wrong? And this person, I don't remember what the bit was, but they were like, that's not cool, man. And I said, are you offended by what I said? They said, yeah. And I just said, I'm really sorry. Like, I had never done that before. I was just like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to keep going.
You got to keep going.
Yeah.
I did a club in Florida down in Key West.
Oh, yeah.
And it's I love the guy who runs it, this guy, Tom, and it's a fun club. But a lot of the crowd is like people that are on a cruise, and they jump off, and they had no context for what I was like getting pure silence on some stuff.
Oh.
And at some point I just said, listen, I just want you to know I'm not trying to upset you.
Oh, yeah.
I just want you to know that this is all, I don't have another way to go.
Right.
This isn't me antagonizing you. This is just you and I are very different.
Yeah.
And if you could try to open your heart a little bit, I'm opening up to you, but I can't like invent jokes for you right now.
Wow.
And they are like, okay. And I could see these sort of old people in pink and coral blue shirts going like, all right, we'll try a little harder.
Yeah.
Because at first they just thought, well, he's sometimes if somebody's upsetting you, you think they want to.
Right.
But sometimes it's just that they're just being what they are. And if you can know that, I think it helps.
Oh, well, even as you're saying that, it makes me think like even when I was a kid, if my mom would have every now and then, like I know I bring that back things to childhood all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, or if a parent would every now and then be like, hey, I know this is not good.
I know this sucks for you.
Right. And I know everything we're doing here is really, it's a Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
It's a real shit circus.
I've tried to say that to my...
But that's all we got.
Right. And like, I used to think that about my kids when I would say no about something. Because when I was a kid, no was mean. It was always like, no. And like, no, because I said so. Stuff like that. And no, because you don't deserve it or whatever. And I don't think no has to be a bad thing. I think the life is full of yes and no, right? And the first few years of a kid's life are just yes. You're just trying to keep them alive and just let them know they're loved. And then you have to start going, not that though. And it's tragic for them. Like what the person I love is saying no. Why would they do that? And because you feel guilty about saying no to your kid, you put a little spice on it. But you can be nice about it as long as you're firm. You know what I mean? Like you don't roll over because you just go, no, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, I know how much that sucks.
Yeah.
But it's not changing.
Yeah, we just can't do it.
Think of something else, but it ain't. That's a wall. That's a brick wall.
Yeah.
And you'll be okay. Also let them know you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then they'll know that no is just a turn. It's not a wall. It's a curve. That's all. Go look for something else.
Yeah, and that's a great way to think about it too, because then it keeps you in a space of like, well, what's possible? How else would I figure this out? You know, it almost puts a little challenge into the child.
That's it. And also for when my kids would complain about and if they just harangued and said, come on, no, I'm not even going to discuss it.
Yeah.
But if they're like, wait, and they reason and they try to lawyer through it, I go, I'm here, I'm listening.
Yeah.
You know, that I'll listen to. That's a good skill for them to build, you know?
Yeah, I remember at night, if we got in trouble, like if we got suspended from watching television or something by mom, we could go down and do a performance, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't have a lot of like, we had a little bit of face paint. I don't want to say it was like, it would seem racial, but some of the shit probably, we didn't have a lot of colors.
Okay. What colors did you have?
I mean, we just didn't have
black, red, and yellow?
I mean, we had some.
Yeah.
Well, no, we just didn't have a lot of colors, right? And we didn't, and we loved a lot of black stuff. So I think we probably did In the Heat of the Night or something. We would do scenes from that,
wow,
you
that's
know?
heavy, yeah.
And
they call me Mr. Tibbs.
Yeah.
Why not?
In the heat of the night. God, dude, we love that show. I love Carol O'Connor. He was so multifaceted.
Well, did you ever see the movie? The movie's amazing.
In the Heat of the Night? Yeah, I have. With Sidney Poitier?
Yeah, and Rod Steiger.
Oh, is that the other guy in it? A Raisin in the Sun, man. Sidney Poitier was something great, huh?
Yeah, he was. And what do you call it? Also, To Sir with Love.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he plays a British teacher teaching. He's a well-educated black teacher teaching Cockney white kids how to be gentlemen and ladies.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I've seen scenes from this though, just online and stuff. But yes, but if we went down and performed, and we would also had, I think we had a kite that we would kind of do this Japanese dragon kind of thing. So we had a couple of like kind of motifs that we would use to win back the ability to do something new. But that was a way of us like at least show up and show me something, right?
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and
put on a kabuki, right? And like have like an allegorical play.
Yeah.
That says, let us have the, let us eat the Captain Crunch for dinner.
Yes, let us have this chance. That's all we wanted.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would be no.
Sometimes you had to sing Mammy to get it. You had to
swing low.
Yeah.
It got, I mean, there were times, I
wanted to emulate black people when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was all my heroes were black. I mean, Muhammad Ali was like the greatest thing in the world when I was a kid. And Bruce Lee, and like, I mean, everybody who I admired. Bruce Lee was black, right?
Bruce Lee? No. Oh, Bruce Lee's was the Asian.
Yeah.
But dude, black guys were like, yeah, that's a real.
Yeah.
That's a real one.
Reggie Jackson. I mean, I grew up different generation than you.
Yeah, no, but those are still some real heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something about being black that just seemed.
I went to
fun and risque at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't. At my school, I was went to public school in Newton, Mass, and there was a program called Metco, where kids from inner city Boston were brought in buses to our schools.
Yeah,
and so there was a contingency of kids that were not only black but living in a very different place, and so they would there would be tables at the cafeteria of just black kids, and I would just go sit with them. I wanted to be part of that.
Yeah.
And I would sit with them, and they'd kind of go, all right. Hey, fellas. And I felt like I just was reaching for that,
But you think it was because I definitely noticed that too. I like being around black kids. It was fun. It was interesting. You didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
There was an element of like kind of crossing the tracks a bit.
Yeah, because where I grew up in Newton, I mean, I lived in Mexico when I was younger, but I mostly grew up in Newton. And it was a suburb that was already split because there was a working class side and a rich people side. And I grew up right on literally on the tracks. Like the train tracks, the Mass Turnpike was a block behind my house, like one block. I fell asleep to the sound of traffic. And so we were right on the line. My family, we had a little house, half a house that we rented. But that was all white though. Everybody was white in Newton. Later, I drove a cab in Newton in my hometown and found out that there was a little enclave of black people that lived in one street in Newton. But in Boston itself too, the main city was very segregated. So there was this one kid in our one Medco kid. His name was David, and his family's house burnt down in Boston, and my friend's dad had half a house that he rented out, and he donated it to their family so they could have a place to live while they were rebuilding.
Wow! So
this black family moved into our neighborhood, and and they were nice people. I didn't think of it. I knew David. He was an okay kid. He was kind of a dick, but he let anybody be a dick. But there was this one.
But he was a black dick.
He was a black dick, and he had one.
But no. But
at the time I wasn't aware of that. But there was a kid in our school who was a really vicious bully, and he had a gang. And one day, David went to the park, Cabot Park, and Michael was the bully. I'm using real names. I don't know. Maybe you should bleep them. I don't know.
If he did it, he did it.
But Michael took
I'll call him
his
out.
gang, and they took David, and they said, "We're going to show you this swing is your swing." And it was paint. They painted a swing black, and they painted a bench black, and they painted one of everything in the park, and they said, that's the swing, that's the bench. And I heard that story, and I found it hard to believe, but I went to the park, and there was a black bench, and it was black as long as the rain, you know, until the rain washed off the paint, and the park painted it green over. That's what it was like. And this was like a kind of like a liberal suburb, you know?
And do you think a lot of that was actual, like, true racism, or do you think some of it was just like, I know you're not playing as a racist, but I think sometimes people, if that's what's going on, people will continue it, you know?
I think so, but I think if you actually go get a bucket of paint, if you actually go put your money down as a kid and you paint a bench black, I think that's pretty racist. I think it's pretty hardcore racist. Yeah, it was nasty. I mean, he was mean to everybody. He found a way to hurt. He was a sadistic person. Scared the shit out of me. It never hurt me because I was a little bigger, but I never fought really. So, but yeah, that was weird. There was racism in Newton. It was weird because it was
I've been to Boston. There's still
and also because there was that division. Like down where you were, there folks were a little more mixed in, weren't they? A little bit. Did you live amongst?
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny. In the South, people will be like, it's so racist. It's so racist. A lot of times people have this view, but also you have a relationship. There's like
there's more
a lot of connectivity, I feel like. So, I don't know. You know, I remember one time me and my buddy Devin, we went fishing, and there was these kids on these railroad tracks up above us, up above the river, and they started throwing rocks at us and calling us the N-word and stuff.
White kids?
Yep.
Calling you guys that?
Yeah. And I wasn't black. I was, you know.
At the time?
Yeah, I wanted to be part of it.
One of the black periods of your life?
Yeah, I was like, but I still was like, you don't know us, motherfucker. You know, I was like yelling shit back. And even Devin's looking at me like, dude, what the fuck? This is, don't try to steal my thunder here.
No.
So it was just like, I don't know. All that stuff was just like, I don't know. It was definitely.
I do think kids throw everything around. Kids just say stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Because they want to try it on.
Yeah. Like, I don't trust people that will say, like, I think if somebody won't say, some people won't say fat, right? Or they won't say the F word about gay folks. And you know
gay
what it
Fs.
is. Huh?
Gay Fs.
Gay Fs, yeah.
Not gay folks. You mean the folks is the F word, right?
No, I'll say it.
Yeah.
Some people won't say, and I'll say it really fast because some people don't like hearing it.
That got right by the people that don't.
Yeah.
They were doing something else.
Well, some of them, it's like you could have looked away. You could have been driving and looking out of the street.
Yeah.
Before you know it, it's gone. But some people will say the N word, but won't say that word. That's what I don't get. It's like, how do you even get
that you won't say the N word, but you will say the F word, or that you won't say it? Which way?
Some people won't say the F word.
Yeah.
But they'll say the N word.
Really? Who's that? What group is that?
That to me is race. That's racist. It's like,
yeah. If you have a general sensitivity about like, well, I just don't want, some of these words have gotten too hard to use.
Yeah.
I used to say all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't now because it just has a different effect.
Yeah. I mean, like you're saying earlier, we get older. Some things just kind of, it lands different. Sometimes
it lands different depending on how things are. Language is a living thing.
Right.
And the way people communicate is always changing, and the sounds you make are affected by the other sounds in the air.
Yeah.
So you don't live in a vacuum. And it doesn't mean, that's not a moral thing to me. That's just, do you want to be understood?
Right.
Do you want to, what do you want to convey? What feeling are you trying to put out there? And sometimes the N word can be said with a lot of love. It can also be said with humor or just experimental confusion. But at a time where there's like certain things that got tightened up, it doesn't have that effect anymore. So so make an adjustment.
It's interesting, I think, because and also it's by generation. It's like some people may accept a 15-year-old half Mexican kid saying it, but some people might not accept a 50-year-old half Mexican kid saying it.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, the word colored was no way when I was growing up. Colored was like but now they say it. But now people are colored, like things move around.
Right.
When you start censoring, you freeze yourself, and you're no longer hearing what's going on out there. You know what I mean?
Right. So yeah,
that's
what are
why
you
got to
doing?
have the flow.
Yeah.
And you got to just trust people to go like, okay, let's put N-word on